all right, Mr. Washington, have a seat. And I'm like, okay. And they said, well, I was like, well, first I said, am I in trouble? And they're like, well, they're like, no, you're not in trouble. But we just want to let you know that you're one of a couple of other students who got scholarships. Now, where do you want to go? And I was like, what? Say what? Yeah, I literally was like one of those like, what are you talking about? They were like, no. They said, we're going to give you a scholarship, but you got to select schools. So I remember going to a few schools. One was architectural, and I was like, I'm not an architect. I'm just not that linear way of kind of thinking. I remember being contacted by Joe Cubitt's school,
Ooh.
and they contacted me, but I didn't want to leave Mass. They said, okay, well, about Mass Art, and I said, I don't want to be, Mass Art. And at that time was more like that you would want to get your degree kind of thing to become a teacher or something like that. And I said, ah. And then finally another school popped up, and it was called Butera School of Art. Very small school, and it focused on commercial illustration. So I remember going in, and I was like looking at the artwork on the walls. We were going to school. It was like an old brownstone converted into a school. And I remember walking in and seeing all this, amazing artwork. So they came in. I brought my little drawings and sketches, and I remember the person who I call one of my fathers, my mentor father, Charlie. He was sitting there, and he said, "All right, kid." He said, "Let's see what you got." And I said, all right, I put out my stuff. It was a still life picture. I think I drew my duffel bag in charcoal. And then I had some comic book stuff that I did and some other drawings. And he looked at it and he said, all right. He said, all right, yeah, that's kind of interesting. All right. He said, all right. So he said, okay. He said, all right, kid, we help elevate your skills. He said, you already have the ability, but we're going to help sculpt it some more, help you get to that place where you can make a living as an artist. I'm living. I said, oh, living. He said, yes, you can make money doing art because the faculty here are working artists. One of my teachers he did gaming. He did like Shoots and Ladders, the artwork on those things. I had another teachers that worked for some of the newspapers and stuff like that. He said, we're here to take you to that level where you understand that you can make a living as an artist. And they did.